This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for April 3rd, 2025. Tickets are on sale now to see Chevelle with special guests Asking Alexandria and Dead Poets Society at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway, coming up on Sunday, August 24th at 7 p.m. Actor and director Kevin Smith has finally regained custody of his 1999 film Dogma from Harvey and Bob Weinstein, and now the film is headed back to theaters. Kevin Smith announcing, "Prepare thyself for the second coming. Dogma returns to theaters everywhere on June 5th, but first I'm touring it across America starting 4/20 Easter Sunday." In a recent interview, former Queensryche lead vocalist Geoff Tate talked about Operation Mindcrime, the final chapter, the tour, performing Operation Mindcrime in its entirety for the last time. He said, quote, "It's a very popular album and the people love to hear it and they just request it all the time. Not only the audiences, but the promoters, they're just after me all the time. One more time, will you just do it one more time?" He went on to say, "We play the entirety of Operation Mindcrime 1 and excerpts from Mindcrime 2. We're also going to be adding songs from our upcoming Operation Mindcrime 3 release very soon." 65-year-old actor Val Kilmer passed away from pneumonia, according to his daughter Mercedes Kilmer. When asked about one of his most famous roles in Tombstone, he said, "Someone told me recently that there was a poll that Tombstone snuck into the top 10 best westerns of all time. I don't know if that film is a classic, but it has some elements of a classic, like the cast and screenplay. I still can't go through an airport without hearing 'I'm your Huckleberry.'" Val Kilmer's last appearance on screen was in 2022 in Top Gun Maverick, where he reprised his role as Iceman. Tom Cruise said his performance made him cry. Sony Pictures Home Entertainment has announced they'll release Becoming Led Zeppelin to digital platforms this Monday, April 7th. The documentary is the first ever sanctioned film on the band in almost 57 years since the formation of the notoriously private group. Netflix's new animated adaptation of the popular video game series Devil May Cry premieres on Netflix today, and the soundtrack is nu metal heavy, featuring a brand new song from Evanescence called Afterlife, and songs from Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, Crazy Town, Rage Against the Machine, and more. Godsmack drummer Shannon Larkin released a video on Facebook yesterday that has since been taken down, saying that he and guitarist Tony Rambola quit Godsmack last year because, quote, they didn't want to tour anymore. Godsmack kicked off its 2025 European tour on March 22nd, with fill-in drummer Will Hunt from Evanescence and fill-in guitarist Sam Bam Colton from Dorothy, Faster Pussycat, and Butterside. Shannon Larkin saying in part, "I'm okay, Tony's okay, but we did quit the band last year after lots of talking to Sully and Robbie, and they understood that we didn't want to tour anymore. That's the reason. And we understood that they wanted to tour. So we understood each other, and in the end, Godsmack is out there touring, and we are happily living our lives." Godsmack has since released an official statement saying in part, quote, "After almost 3 incredible decades, 2 of our most cherished members, Tony Rambola and Shannon Larkin, have decided to retire from the band permanently, on good terms, but for no other reason than to fulfill their desire to live a more simple and quiet life away from touring. This decision was not made lightly. Tony and Shannon have been such a big part of our history, bringing their unique talents, creativity, and passion that have shaped our music and our message. Together, we have experienced countless unforgettable moments and heartfelt interactions with fans like you around the world. We're immensely grateful for every memory that we have created together." The statement goes on to say their departure marks the end of an era, but it also opens the door for new and exciting possibilities. We want to assure you that Shannon and Tony will always be part of our family, and their contributions will forever echo in our music. We respect their decisions and support them wholeheartedly as they pursue their own individual paths. A decade ago, the music industry was at a low point, and today it's different. According to a new report from Music Watch, the population of people paying for music is breaking records, with consumer spending significantly higher than it was in 2014. The new data reveals that 132 million Americans are currently paying for music subscriptions, a number that includes on-demand subscriptions in addition to satellite radio and fee-based internet radio services. That's 50 million more than the numbers gathered in 2014. In a new interview on The Magnificent Others with Billy Corgan, former Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora confirmed that he was unhappy with the way he was portrayed in Hulu's Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi Story, the first ever docuseries on the band's history with the full cooperation from all past and present members of Bon Jovi. The docuseries celebrated the band's 40th anniversary of its self-titled debut album, which was released on January 21st, 1984. Richie Sambora saying, look, I was out of the band at that point for 12 years. I was actually doing a songwriting clinic at Abbey Road with these young songwriters and stuff like that. And they said, would you sit down for a half an hour? And I said, all right, you guys get going on that. I walked into the other studio, got a little makeup. I didn't even know what the premise of this thing was. I hadn't been in the band for what seemed like a lifetime at that point, 13 years or something. And the questions that were coming at me were unintelligent and did not demand any depth of answer. So I said, cut. And I talked to the director, who I really like, Gautam Chopra. He's talented. I don't know what you guys are looking for. What are you looking for? And things like that, I said. So none of it really got into the documentary. In a new interview, Neil Fallon from Clutch commenting on the band working on the follow-up to 2022's Sunrise on Slaughter Beach, saying, yeah, we're writing it now. It's taken longer than I think we would have liked to, but to be honest, we toured a lot in the last 3 years, like really grounded down. When you come home from tour, you don't just want to turn around the next day and say, let's get together and write a song. You've got to take a bit of a break. Doc Coyle and Kyle Conkeel have officially parted ways with Bad Wolves. Stepping in to replace them are returning guitarist Chris Kane and new bassist Kevin Creekman. The revamped lineup is set to move forward with upcoming plans. Doc Coyle posting on social media, Dear Wolfpack, I regret to inform you that I have decided to part ways with Bad Wolves. It was not an easy decision to make. I've been playing with the band for almost 9 years, so this is a massive life change for me. It should be said that this is a completely amicable split. I love John, Kyle, DL, and AJ. Not being in the trenches going forward with my boys is the hardest of all of this. Kyle posting online, after 8 incredible years, I've decided to step down from Bad Wolves. That wasn't an easy choice, but after much reflection, I know in my heart that I can no longer give this band 100%. Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon has revealed that he's currently in the recording studio. The band released their 7th and latest studio album, Post-Human Next Gen, last May. Sykes has hinted that he is currently working on new music in a post on social media on April Fool's Day, sharing 2 images of himself in a recording space, writing in the studio. It's already the longest-running animated TV series in history, but The Simpsons will continue through at least season 40, according to Variety. Fox has handed out a 4-season renewal to The Simpsons that will keep new episodes in production up until the 2028-2029 broadcast season. It seems that Slash had his X account hacked. The Guns N' Roses guitarist is no stranger to bizarre social media posts. However, a post showing up saying in 2 hours we're launching a meme coin on Solana. Stay tuned. Less than 30 minutes later, the account tweeted, get ready to unleash your crypto power with Guns, the meme coin for every Guns N' Roses fan. Sharon Osbourne, in a recent interview with Metal Hammer magazine, said she is open to the possibility of a Black Sabbath Avatar-style show. Asked if she would consider the idea taking inspiration from the technology originally developed for ABBA's Voyage show in London, she said, sure, I would. Yeah, technology keeps moving on and on. You can do incredible things now. So what could you do in 5 years? Well, it'll be even better. You never know what the opportunities are. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 252, featuring Lee Kakati from Pop Evil, is available now. And check out this week's bonus episode with Tobias Forge from Ghost.